What's up, guys? I'm Steven. In this video, I'm going to show y'all how to make your Epson ET8550 have the external waste tank, so stay tuned. Alright, welcome back. So, like I said, in this demonstration, I'm going to show y'all how to convert your Epson ET8550 to have the external waste tank. So in this one, there's going to be a couple things you'll need. A screwdriver with a small Phillips head bit, or if you have a screwdriver that has a small head on there, very useful. Anyways, this printer has been through some very tough battles as of late, but this is my backup one where I'm going to be using just for parts and just to learn on, or the other one's upstairs, which is running at a wonderful rate. Anyways, so there's going to be a few things to look for when doing this. As you can see, I've already got the waste tank. I got it capped off right now, but you're going to basically take that hose. It's going to come from your waste tank on the inside, so if I take it off, take it out, you'll see right here, this is where the hose is connected to, which is under this whole black cover, which I'm going to show y'all how to take off. Under this cover here, you'll find another one in the corner. You're going to have to undo this as well to release this whole front panel off of this black cover. And there's your panel. You're gonna have this red wire, just undo it from the plate, and then you'll have the inside. The top tray, or the top black cover removed. Let's move on to removing this screw. We've already removed this screw, and then there's a screw in the back that we're gonna have to get to is right here. Those three main screws will take this side panel off, which exposes everything you need to do on getting your waste tank line from the front to the back. So I've already removed that screw. So the last one I'm going to have to do is the back one. Sometimes you're gonna have to be a little forceful because things are made to be. I'm trying to take this top piece off. Now I'm gonna see if I can pull this back through, which I just lost my top cap. Well, that was just for anything that leaked out, but is remove this cover because in the beginning initial phase of doing this, your hose will be sitting under this to get to this port right here. So this cover with this screw, there's this screw, and these two screws here. You got one in the corner, and then there's another one right here. So this one, sorry for the movement, you got that one. So you got 4 screws to take off this plate where your ink sets. Screws, we're just gonna set that to the side. And now you'll have a more of a better look of the how it used to sit in there. It's gonna sit in there some type of way that's gonna be hooked up to that port like that. And all you're gonna do is just take it on and remove it. And then we're going to reroute it right back with these wires here. What I did, I just kind of tucked it in with these wires to where it wasn't a like a tanglement with it. You can set it like that. Any way you can have it to where this hose, like I said, you'll take it from this port here and you're gonna just reroute it into the back, come down here with it, and just slide it right to the back of the printer. Just grab your drill bit case, and what we're going to be doing, if you can see already, yeah, this had a total blowout from the ink when it got disconnected. Anyways, so we're gonna drill right where your port is for your power source. Right above it, I took a 7/32 drill bit. Like I said, 7/32, and then you would just basically drill a hole, you know, right on the back side. And it's the perfect fit for the hose to fit into that gap. Drilled out and rerouted. All you're gonna do is just feed that hose right through it. Putting this cover back on will give you a little bit of difficulties because these clips have to go in a certain spot on the side of your printer. So learning how to, I guess, mess with your printer and these covers can get real difficult sometimes. But like I said, these clips goes in, you know, some of these slots down here, and you'll have to do some manipulation with bending to get it back into the correct spot so you can you know, rescrew it back. But anyways, like I said, before you put it together again, you will have to, I should have left that down. Alright, I'm gonna do my best to try to put this back together with the angle I got. But like I said, what you're gonna have to do when you put your cover plate back on, just make sure that wire is sitting above that port so it doesn't get tangled up anywhere. Alright, take note that when you put this cover back on, this front plate and this back or side plate uses the same screw hole. So make sure when you put it together that this plate is under the white plate's tab here. So when you screw it in, they all get screwed in on one screw. Alright, once you got your side plate back on, the next thing we have to do is make sure this front cover and this corner cover, they get screwed into this hole. But if you do this before the cover goes back on, you're going to hide the screw hole here, which the cover for the ink case will be covered up. So before you do that, just go ahead and set your cover plate back on, and then we'll get it screwed in. All right, once you got your 4 screws screwed back in, which is this one here, you have this one, you have another one right here. I hope y'all can see that. And then there's another one right there. So this one, this one, this one, and that one. Those are the ones you're going to screw back in to get this cover plate back on. Now, once you have done that, we can go ahead and reinstall the front cover of the printer. There's going to be a spot right here where you have to totally lift up on, so this can sit on this this plastic bracket here. It will sometimes give you some issues, but you just take some time and, like I said, keep trying, lift up, and make sure this here sits up on top of here. It's going to be sitting under this, so this black piece sits first, and then this one will sit on top of that to have that screw hole meet up. But like again, this bracket will give you some issues if you don't catch it. You're just gonna have to lift up on this plate and set it on top of there before the whole front plate can be actually seated on top of that bracket. All right, to back up just a little bit, you might have to unscrew this one because I failed to mention that this cover plate actually utilizes this screw hole as well. Not only this front plate, just like this corner here, that 2 pieces goes into the 1 screw hole, just as this one. So that front plate, just unscrew it, take some tweezers, pull it out, right? And then what you're going to do with this top cover plate, make sure that this wire, there's like a little gap. Try to see if I can see that. There's like a little gap that sits right here where that wire can go in to when that cover plate sits. Y'all can see that. There's a little gap. And then what happens is you're gonna fit this piece under that piece to the 1 screw hole here. So this piece goes first, this one sits on top, and then the screw goes back in. And I'm gonna show you how that looks in a second. All right, so I got the cover plate back on top. You see how it just sits right on top of each other. And then once that's in there, you'll just have to finagle the rest of the whole cover piece. Like I said, this is plastic and it's kind of tough to mess with. Sorry for the ugly camera shakes, but you're gonna fit that right back in here, and then we'll get it screwed back in. All right, we've got it to where this whole piece, when you're putting it down, you might have to bend this piece out just because we didn't take this piece off. You can, but I'm just trying to make this work a little faster. But like I said, you might have to bend that out to get that lip under that white piece. We have set our the cover here under the front cover, and then we set it all back into place to where it's sat just like how we started with. So once you got it all back together where it's sitting where it should be, just take note that this screw hole is going to screw down the side panel, the front panel, and the top cover. And then once you're ready, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to screw back down for the top cover plate, and then we would return to this maintenance spot where this is where you do a lot of your maintenance for your printer head. So this plate will just return to this position here, and you'll screw that down, and then once you have that done, that step is complete. There was a couple of things I got ahead of myself on after I got this side panel on. I just forgot to put my screws back in here and then in the bottom. Like I said, when you get this side panel on, you can go ahead and tighten everything down once you got it in place. So you'll have that 1 screw here, the top and the bottom, get the side panel on. But make sure it's in those little slots in the bottom because there's little clips that needs to have this panel to go in to actually secure the side panel. But like I said, I'm gonna give you like an overview. So make sure to have this screw go back in as well once you put all your panels back on, because you put your front cover back on and then the side panel, which is just that one on top here. So real quick, just gonna give a rundown on how we did this. You're going to remove this here, the screw on top, right? And then you're gonna remove all these screws that are on top of here, right? And then down here. And then you're just gonna pull it off and then pull the side off, and then you're gonna remove this whole entire plate on top to expose. Once that is done, you're gonna have this screw here, and then the screws on the back and top on the tray. You're gonna remove this side. Sometimes you're gonna have to like push it and give it some force to remove the clips from the locking position. And sometimes you're just gonna have to finagle a little bit to have this thing come off. You're not gonna damage anything, but if you go too hard, you may. But like I said, just a little tug and pull here and there should get this cover plate off. And then once you take this off, you'll take your 4 little screws here, and this for the cover for the ink. You're gonna take that off, set it to the side, and then you'll just take off the hose from your port here and just reroute it into the back, right? Once you have that, take your cover, drill your 7/32 hole in the back, right above the power outlet, and then shoot it off the back. All right, the last thing you'll have to do is just finish or complete the setup on your hose line. You're gonna get 2 things. You're gonna get the hose, and then you're gonna get another package that has a bunch of these adapters, but it's the one. So your hoses, and it comes in a variety pack. I'll link everything in the description. But you'll get the hoses that come in variety sizes, and then the adapters. The adapters are the 1/8. I believe it's the 1/8. I'll link that as well in the description. But then you'll put them together, and then you'll tie it into the back here. And then what I did, I took a 2-liter bottle, let the cap on, and drilled the 7/32 right in the middle, and then I fed the line right into that. And so and I fed a lot of the line down so it didn't like come out or anything. It's pretty disastrous if that has happened to you, where I just had happened in this video where my ink bottle spilled, and yeah, it was very terrible. But anyways, like I said, once you'll get your hoses, tie it into the back here, feed the other line into the top here by drilling another hole into your waste tank container. I suggest you get something that does have a screw top, and then drill that hole right into top, and then you'll just feed it down, and that's your new waste tank. You'll see my other video on how to reset your maintenance box. Check that one out, and that should be it for the video. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please do subscribe and like so that other people can get this video as well. So thank you, and happy printing.